There is a reason, this is one of the reasons why in this day and in this age, your friend must be data, useful data. There are two kinds of data. There's useless data and useful data. There's a lot of junk data out there. You see them on social media, you see them as podcasts, you see them as different kind of information. As long as it will not drive you into the path of fulfillment, of purpose, of destiny, it is not a useful data. No matter how flamboyant, no matter how colorful, no matter how good it sounds. And how do you know useful data? You cannot first know useful data until you know yourself, your plans, your purposes, and what you have within yourself. So, for example, what are the financial plans that you're making with regards to the new information about the tax laws and personal income taxes and all of these things that will happen in 2026? Are you still praying and just hoping that a Messiah comes and saves you out of it? What are you doing with regards to your career and your job with the advent of artificial intelligence? Is it when agentic AI actually comes to the door and knocks to take you out of your seat? That's when you begin to make moves? No. Now is the time you need to begin to plan. Now is the time you need to begin to move. Now is the time you put your strategies together. And you can't really have a strategy if you are not using data. Because the kind of strategies and decisions you need to start making now must be backed by data. So if I ask you, why are you doing what you're doing? What data, what reason do you have? It must be backed with something, okay? So in 2026, how do you ensure that you earn more? How do you position yourself to become healthier? Looking at the patterns of the Nigerian economic system, looking at the patterns in the UK, looking at the pattern in the US, looking at the pattern in Europe, looking at what is beginning to happen in Russia, in China, in Israel, in Iran. What strategy, what decision, what plans are you making? It will be very foolish of you if the only thing you do is to sit and pray and hope for a Messiah to come and save you every time. That is the characteristics of poor people. That is the characteristics of everyone who is at the bottom of the line. They are taking no initiative, they are taking no actions, they are consuming and not producing anything of value. They're always wishing, hoping, praying that someone creates a job for them, praying that someone feeds them, praying that someone makes the economy better, praying that someone makes them healthy, praying that they live long, praying. There are things you need to put in place in your life to ensure that these prayers even get answered. I remember something that really did turn me, during these conversations, and it was said in passing. If Nigeria were to be Israel at this time, what they would be doing would be holding revival meetings, prayer sessions, videos for God to protect them, and hoping that when the enemy comes, there would be a supernatural ambush and that. But the Israel where Jesus walked in their days, they have the Dome of David, they have the sling, they have defense systems to ensure that the enemies do not just come in and overthrow them. They're not just sitting there praying. Israel is almost a higher percentage desert land. They didn't just pray. They engaged irrigation. Yes, there is a part of praying for strategies, but when you pray for strategy, you put those strategies to work. You need resources. You need people. You need people to come together with ideas. You need to try things, fail at things, find the things that work. Get the best information in the world to ensure that it increases your chances of success and your chances of thriving. Do not wait when the storm comes. Do not wait when the fire comes. Do not wait when the waves come. Now is the time to plan. Start thinking. All that useless time that is spent on social media, on skits, and just consuming things that are of no empirical value to you. Can you actually sit down and find out what are the 5 core things you will need in your life for your life to be much better right now? Much better for your children, much better for your family, much better for your bank account, and then begin to plan towards those things. Make those things your goal. Make those things your priority. And everyone who is doing great things out there, that's how they started. They're not just waiting for things to happen. They see an opportunity, they see a challenge, and they take that responsibility to ensure that they do something about it. Your life is in your hands. What are you doing about it?